Now that you know how the draft and skin tools work, you can use them to sketch in a few details, like this bottom sill and the rail along the top here. I'll start with the sill and I'll use the skin surface, and I want to take the chain select off because I don't need to select the whole wheel arch edge here, just this bit at the bottom. And I'll use the slider just to get a strip. And if I zoom in, I can switch that to being connect ends. And then just adjust the ends to where I want them to be. And I'm just roughly sketching in the width of that sill. And I've still got a little bit of crown on there. So I could either take that off, or maybe even flip it to bend it slightly outwards. And I can always change that later. Then I need a top edge. So I can use MS Draft for that. And pick the top of my skin, and then just give it a little bit of angle. And if I build that, I can now see how the side surface is relating to the wheel arches. And I can work with the construction history now, so I could turn on the CVs for the side and just start to adjust this lower edge to even out the relationship of the side to the wheel arches. And alternatively, I could also modify the wheel arch positions if I needed to. Now I could intersect and trim that, but because I'm probably going to be rebuilding the wheel arches later, I'll leave it for now. Now if I look up here, I could just do a simple skin across from here to here to join the roof to the side. But I want to have a little bit of an upstand before I come across to the side. So to do that, I'm going to use MS Draft again. And to start with, I'll just use the settings that I've already got. And I'll do it in the Z direction. And I'll just pick this back edge and say build. And you can see with Draft that everything is going in the Z direction. But I have an alternative, which is to use the surface normal setting. And if I update that, then you can see that it now builds 90 degrees to the surface. And I can sort out the joins by just adjusting the angle to get it to rebuild. And then it uses this intersect flanges section to tidy up the joins. So I want a much smaller flange than that, so let's say 15 mil. So I'll rebuild that. And then if I zoom in, you can see that I've just got this small edge now. And I might want to make that angle a bit larger to just roll it over a little bit more. So then I can just use some skin surfaces to go from the top edge of the flange across to the side. And I could add in a little bit of crown just to give it some curvature. And then I can just continue and join up the other two edges. Now my gap was quite parallel, and you may need to adjust your roof surfaces to get the rail shape that you want. Alternatively, take a look at the skill builder at the end of this section, where I build the gap exactly parallel. So it's starting to look a bit more like a car roof now. So finally, some people like to use MS Draft to sketch very freely in 3D. So I'll just put it back to Draft now. And then I can pick this rear edge, pick a direction, and then if I come into the side view, I can start to estimate the angle and the length. And then I can go on to the next one and pick this edge, maybe go down in Z and just stretch out the length a little bit. And I could even put a little bit of angle on there. So then I just do next and keep going, just sketching out the basic block surfaces. And I can always go back with my Query Edit tool and make modifications using construction history. And all the surfaces will update. Alternatively, I can just see those surfaces as a quick start and then switch to direct modelling. So maybe add in an extra row so that I can then pick and sculpt the CVs to just keep sketching in 3D. So if that's a way you like to work, you can use Draft and Skin to very quickly build up your surfaces. so that you can start to get a feel for the volumes and proportions of your design. So don't worry about trying to get perfect surfaces at this stage. Just see what parts of the sketch model you can build up using Skin and MS Draft. And if your rail surfaces aren't looking as parallel as mine, then you may need to just adjust some of the CVs in the roof surface. Or if you want to do it more exactly, take a look at the skill builder at the end of this section.